So what's up, everyone? Helen here. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into something that's fundamentally reshaping how we think about our careers. Remote work. It's not just a trend anymore. It's a full-blown evolution of the modern workplace. We've all seen the shift, but the real question is, where are the opportunities? What fields are not just adapting, but actually thriving in this remote-first world? That's exactly what we're going to break down today. We're counting down the top 10 career categories for remote work as we look ahead to 2025. All right, kicking off our list at number 10. And honestly, this one could easily be number 1 for its sheer impact, is computer and IT. This shouldn't come as a surprise. Technology is the engine powering remote work. Without the infrastructure, without the software, and without the security that IT pros build and maintain, none of this would be possible. It's the literal backbone of the digital workplace. That makes it an incredibly robust field for remote opportunities. When you break it down, the roles are incredibly diverse. Software developers, engineers who write code from anywhere. Coming in at number 9, we have marketing. This field has been transformed by the digital age. That makes it perfectly suited for remote work. The days of Don Draper-style ad agencies are fading. Marketing is all about data, analytics, reaching a global audience through digital channels. Digital marketers who specialize in SEO seen, getting brands seen on Google. Social media managers are the voice of a brand on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. Sliding into the number 8 spot is communications. At its core, communication is about crafting and disseminating a message, and in 2025, the primary channels are digital. Public relations, internal corporate communications, content creation. The tools and the work are location independent. Let's look at public relations, or PR. PR specialists build relationships with journalists, influencers, and the public. All right, at number 7, we've got a category that has seen one of the most dramatic and widespread shifts to remote work: customer service. For decades, customer service meant massive call centers and cubicles. But decentralization tech has been maturing for years, and the pandemic accelerated adoption fast. Now, the virtual support center is the standard. The logic is simple. All an agent really needs is a reliable internet connection, a quality headset, access to the company's CRM and communication software. Cloud phone systems and ticketing platforms make it possible, like Zendesk or Salesforce Service Cloud. An agent can provide the same level of support from home as from the office. If you're empathetic, a great communicator, and a patient problem solver, this field offers a stable, accessible path to a long-term remote career. Moving on to number 6, we have sales. Now this one might surprise some people who still picture sales as a world of handshakes, business travel, steak dinners. And while that old-school approach still exists in some corners, the reality is that the vast majority of the sales process has moved online. The rise of digital tools has created a new breed of sales professional, the remote account executive, the inside sales rep. They live in their CRM, Salesforce, HubSpot. They use sales intelligence tools like LinkedIn Sales Navigator to find and research prospects. They connect with potential clients through email, social media, and video conferencing. A well-produced demo of a software product over a Zoom call can be just as, if not more, effective than an in-person meeting. A top-performing remote salesperson can conduct back-to-back meetings with clients in London, New York, and Sydney, all in the same day, without ever leaving their desk. So, for 2025, the demand for skilled remote sales professionals is only going to intensify. Roles like sales development representative, account executive, sales manager are being hired with a remote-first mindset. The focus is purely on performance and results. All right, breaking into our top 5 at number 5 is a category that has seen a truly revolutionary shift: medical and health. For the longest time, healthcare was seen as the ultimate hands-on, in-person industry. The most obvious example is the telehealth physician or nurse practitioner. They can conduct consultations, diagnose common ailments, prescribe medications, and manage chronic conditions through secure video platforms. This provides incredible convenience for patients, especially those in rural areas or with mobility issues. But it goes far beyond just virtual doctor's appointments. The entire ecosystem of healthcare support is moving remote. Think about medical coders and billers. These professionals translate visits into standardized codes used for insurance billing. Medical transcriptionists who listen to physician-dictated reports and transcribe them into text. Even roles like case managers and health coaches are increasingly remote. The technology has caught up. Secure, HIPAA-compliant platforms make all of this possible. Coming in at a very strong number 4 is accounting and finance. Classic, traditional office jobs proven to be incredibly well-suited for a remote setup. The work of an accountant or financial analyst is numbers, data, software. Spreadsheets accounting software NetSuite can be accessed securely from anywhere. The cloud has changed everything for this industry. This means an accountant can manage a company's books, run payroll, and generate financial statements without ever setting foot in an office. Rise of the virtual CFO, remote bookkeeper, financial analyst, financial planner. If you have a head for numbers and an eye for detail, the finance world offers a very stable and lucrative remote career path. All right, we're in the top 3. At number 3, we have operations. This might seem abstract, but it's one of the most critical and fast-growing areas for remote work. Operations is all about the systems that make a business run. Operations managers are the ultimate problem solvers. They implement and manage the company's tech stack, connect tools, and automate workflows. Tools for communication, tools for project management, tools for HR. They are the architects of the digital headquarters. How do you onboard a new employee you'll never meet in person? Operations designs that onboarding process. How do you ensure seamless handoffs across time zones? Operations builds that workflow. If you love building systems and optimizing workflows, this role fits. Our runner-up at number 2 is business development. This is closely related to sales, but it's more about the big picture. Business development, or BizDev, is focused on creating long-term value for a company by identifying strategic partnerships, new market opportunities, and ways to expand the business. It's about networking and building relationships, and today that happens digitally. Attending virtual industry events and setting up exploratory video calls. The beauty of remote BizDev is the scale and reach. One BizDev in Chicago can work with companies in Europe and Asia just as easily as a company down the street. That lets tech startups think globally from day one and expand at previously impossible speed. It requires deep market understanding, excellent communication, and creative thinking about how different companies can work together. As global competition rises, demand for skilled remote business development pros who forge cross-border alliances will only grow. And that brings us to the number 1 spot on our list of top remote career categories for 2025, project management. If it is the engine and operations builds the tracks, then project management is the conductor of the train. In a distributed environment, where team members are spread across different locations and time zones, having a person dedicated to keeping everyone on track, on budget, and on schedule is not just a luxury, it's an absolute necessity. A remote project manager is the central hub of communication for a project. They are masters of tools like Jira, Asana, Trello, Monday.com. Their job is to take a large, complex goal, break it down into actionable tasks, assign those tasks to the right people, and then monitor progress every step of the way. They run the daily stand-up meetings, clear roadblocks for their team, clear roadblocks and communicate project status to stakeholders. They build systems for asynchronous communication and check-ins. The demand for certified project managers, like those with a PMP or Agile certification, is at an all-time high. So there you have it. The top 10 career categories that are defining the remote work landscape for 2025. From the technical foundation of IT to the strategic leadership of project management, it's clear the opportunities are vast and varied. The key takeaway here is that remote work isn't about finding a loophole to work from your couch. It's about aligning your skills with the industries that are built for this new way of working. These fields offer not just flexibility, but real, substantive careers with paths for growth and development. If you've been considering a change, I hope this list gives you a clear and inspiring starting point. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment down below and let me know which of these 10 categories excites you the most. Are you already working in one of these fields? Are you thinking about making a switch? Let's get a conversation going. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one.